Ladies and gentlemen, this is a special submission match. Hailing from Victoria, Texas, weighing 252 pounds, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Nothing fancy about this man. You talk about it in your face. That's who Stone Cold Steve Austin is.
Well, you're right about that. Steve Austin is 6'2", 252 pounds. And instead, there's not a human being walking the face of the earth that can make him say, I quit. You know what? I think I believe him.
His opponent, from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, weighing 234 pounds, Bret Hitman Hart.
And here he comes, Bret the Hitman Hart. You really happy to see him again, King?
Well, I'm going to try to leave my personal history with Hart out of this, JR. Let me just say that, like this crowd, my feelings toward the so-called Hitman are mixed.
Well, I hate to bring this up, King, but Bret Hart took a little turn on you when he knocked you on your keister.
Yeah, and I didn't appreciate it one bit. But let me tell you, I think Bret Hart was out of line for doing that, as well as being out of line for the abusive obscenities that he hurled on live television. There's absolutely no excuse for that, no matter how much this man, so-called, has been screwed.
Well, you almost called him a son of a...
No, I didn't.
Well, look out. Here we go. Off the top rope. He's simply reminding him that he's there. He should have kept his ears open to hear that one coming. Well, to be honest with you, I don't imagine that this will be business as usual.
Oh, and a terrific reversal by Steve Austin.
And there's the counter. It's really hard to imagine what's going through the head of our guest here. They may be having a hard time staying out of this matchup. I'm not so certain that this match will be called right down the middle by our guest here. Well, to be honest with you, I don't imagine that this will be business as usual. Nice counter. Really taking aim at those legs.
Well, the trick sometimes when you get outside the ring is survival. The match becomes almost secondary when you get near all these dangerous objects.
Remember, our guest here is only here to officiate the match, not get involved. Of course, I'll believe that when I see it. I'm not so certain that this match will be called right down the middle by our...
It's safe to say the entire WWE locker room has just been put on notice.
Remember, our guest here is only here to officiate the match, not get involved. Of course, I'll believe that when I see this is a painful submission hold and used to great effect here.
Steve Austin doing a great job of turning that around.
Well, to be honest with you, I don't imagine that this will be business as usual.
Well, thanks for coming.
Remember, our guest here is only here to officiate the match, not get involved.
It's over. That's gotta be it. Well, that's it. He's showing no signs of letting up.
This is a painful submission hold and used to great effect here. It's really hard to imagine. He fights out. The neck breaker.
I'm not sure I can watch this.
I'm not so certain that this match will be called right down the middle by our guest here. Remember, our guest here is only here to officiate the match, not get involved.
Oh my! Put it in the books. This one's got to be over now.
You got to be careful, Stone Cold. If you knock Bret Hart out, he can't submit while he's unconscious.
Well, wait a minute. I'm sure if Bret Hart is knocked out, the referee would have to stop it. That's easy, JR.
Nobody's lost consciousness yet. Both men awake, feeling the wrath of the other man at every turn in this match. Back in the ring again. And he's headed back in. And there's the reversal from Bret Hart. Bret Hart looking to end this. Well, to be honest with you, I don't imagine. And Bret Hart makes him pay for all that.
He knows how to get you in his clutches and make things impossible to get out of.
This is such a painful hold.
A spectacular counter by Steve Austin. I'm not so certain that this match will be called right down the middle by our guest here.
Cracks him with the chair.
When he gets going like this, there are few better. He's just lethal with that thing.
Well, to be honest with you, I don't imagine that this will be business as usual.
Submission holds locked in, and he's in big trouble. Can he do it? Can he dig down deep and fight out of this hold?
Getting his attention with a vicious strike.
Well, the trick sometimes when you get outside the ring is survival. The match becomes almost secondary when you get near all these dangerous objects.
Great offense by Steve Austin.
Oh, once you get out of the ring, anything can happen. You've got exposed steel, concrete, the barricades, and all of it can be used to cause massive damage.
Oh, the velocity, the impact. You could hear it. And he gets in another shot with that weapon.
Oh, now Austin is ready to rock and roll.
Steve Austin is one tough SOB.
Yeah, and he's kicking a big hole in Bret Hart.
Steve Austin with the offense.
I'm not sure I can watch this. Uh-oh, climbing the turnbuckle. Watch out!
Oh, good grief. How do you learn to take a fall like that? He's got the dreaded camel clutch locked in.
I don't know how he got out of that. Divine intervention?
And there's the reversal from Bret Hart. It's really hard to imagine what's going through the head of our guest here. They may be having a hard time staying out of this matchup. Well, to be honest with you, I don't imagine that this will be business as usual.
Looks like another check in the win column.
Remember, our guest here is only here to officiate the match, not get involved. Of course, I'll believe that when I see it.
Oh, and slammed down with the Russian leg sweep.
Well, the trick sometimes when you get outside the ring is survival. The match becomes almost secondary when you get near all these dangerous objects.
Oh, the carnage, the impact, just debilitating.
Oh, you better be careful, Stone Cold. Oh! If he knocks Bret out, Bret can't say I quit.
This I Quit match, Ken Shamrock, the referee. We are in Chicago. This is WrestleMania 13. Neither Austin or the Hitman have ever submitted in their professional careers. It's all on the line here. A lot of pride. Who's the alpha male? Nice leg sweep by the Hitman.
Man, this crowd is going wild, JR. They're waiting to hear one of these superstars say they quit.
You got to think that the Hitman is thinking sharpshooter, focusing on the leg of Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Uh-oh, this is not going to be good for the Rattlesnake. Oh, man.
Bret Hart.
Oh, man, look at this. Ow!
The figure four using that ring post as leverage. Shamrock trying to free Stone Cold. And Austin, the damage has been done. Austin in a bad, bad way.
But he still will not say he quits. Hart cannot hide the blood. He's taken a beating.
Well, to be honest with you, I don't imagine that this will be business as usual.
Steve Austin is showing the signs of punishment.
Remember, our guest here is only here to officiate the match, not get involved. Of course, I'll believe that when I see it. And he brings the action back inside the ring. not so certain that this match will be called right down the middle by our guest here.
If he keeps up this pace, this could turn real ugly real fast.
Remember, our guest here is only here to officiate the match, not get involved. Of course, I'll believe that when I see it.
Man, there's no getting up from that.
I'm not so certain that this match will be called right down the middle by our guest here.
Oh, submission! The hold's locked in. Great hold being applied. Oh, and a terrific reversal by Steve Austin.
Remember, our guest here is only here to officiate the match, not get involved. Of course, I'll believe that when I see it. You don't want to get caught outside the ring for too long. Hart hits the mat.
Oh, look at this, JR. Man, I'm telling you, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Oh, look out!
Inverted atomic drop. And Austin, that's a low blow technically. Again, a no disqualification match. Referee Ken Shamrock helpless to do anything about it. Now what's the hitman doing?
Look out.
Steel chair. Bret Hart bringing a steel chair in the ring. It's as legal as a wrist lock.
Things are about to get ugly. Oh!
Right to the leg. Austin in trouble.
Oh, no.
Hart's got evil intentions.
This is going to be bad, JR. This is going to be real bad. Uh-oh, JR. You got to remember that chair is technically legal in this match. What's Bret Hart going to do?
This is what Austin did to Brian Pillman.
Oh, no!
Oh, the hitman trying to break Austin's leg.
He may have just succeeded. Bret Hart mighty proud of himself after that move.
And remember, Shamrock can't stop the match.
Man, look at that. Austin is in a lot of pain, JR.
Well, to be honest with you, I don't imagine that this will be business as usual. I'm not so certain that this match will be called right down the middle by our guest here.
He should have kept his ears open to hear that one coming.
When you're beat up, the last thing you want to have to deal with is this amount of power. That'll put your lights out quick. Well, there's no wiggle room here for Steve Austin. He's pulling out all the stops tonight. This might be it.
What a maneuver by Bret Hart.
He's really been zeroed in on, but he's still showing some signs of life.
It's really hard to imagine what's going through the head of our guest here. They may be having a hard time staying out of this matchup.
He catches him with the axe handle. I'm not sure I can watch this.
Well, to be honest with you, I don't imagine that this will be business as usual. It's really hard to imagine what's going through the head of our guest here. They may be having a hard time staying out of this matchup. He wants this battle decided inside the ring.
going to work with hard knee strikes right now.
That's some cruel and unusual damage being perpetrated.
Well, this spells trouble right here. Sharpshooter's locked in, and man, is he leaning back on it.
I'm not so certain that this match we called right down the middle by our guest here. Not the most effective striking here.
What a hardcore lariat.
What an amazing match here at WrestleMania 13. The Hitman, Bret Hart, trying to lock in the Sharpshooter King. You know how that feels.
Yes,
it
I
is
do.
Deadly painful.
Oh my gosh, and Bret Hart has it cinched in. Stone Cold Steve Austin, I don't think he's got any choice, JR. He's going to have to say, I quit.
Austin a long way from the ropes. He can't reach the ropes. Referee Ken Shamrock right down in Austin's face to hear him say, I quit. Austin in a bad, bad way, obviously.
Wait a minute.
Bret got off balance. Bret lost his balance there, lost his leverage, but he didn't relinquish the hold.
Oh, he's still got it locked in and now applying even more pressure.
An amazing display of guts.
Listen to Shamrock. He's saying, Austin, do you quit? Do you quit?
Shamrock's done an amazing job of officiating this match. Austin has passed out.
That's it.
Austin is unconscious.
As a result of Stone Cold Steve Austin losing consciousness, the winner of this bout, Bret Hitman Hart.
The match is over. The referee has stopped it. Austin cannot continue. And there's no reason for Bret Hart to continue this onslaught. He's won the match, but he's frustrated that he couldn't make Austin say, I quit.
He's going to try to put that sharpshooter on again. Shamrock, look at Shamrock.
Shamrock with a takedown, waistlock takedown, and Shamrock will fight you, Bret. He will fight you right now. Bret Hart showing no sportsmanship whatsoever after winning this controversial match here at WrestleMania 13.
Well, Bret Hart wins, but Stone Cold Steve Austin just too stubborn to say, I quit.
And this crowd chanting, Austin, Austin. Man, we come in here, Hart was the fan favorite. Austin was the enemy. They leave with different roles.
Stunner.
Austin on one leg. You never trust a rattlesnake. They don't make good corporate pets, let me tell you. Austin on one leg. Refused to say I quit.